station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thanks for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. The search is on tonight for 3 armed attackers who carjacked a Texas congressman at gunpoint.
Yeah, so it happened in Navy Yard late last night, and this comes as DC has seen car thefts more than double this year compared to this same time last year. The number of homicides, it's also up by nearly 40%.
And we have live team coverage of the recent crime surge, as well as solutions on what's being done to help prevent these issues. Our Daniel Hamburg spoke to local advocates who are working to help curb violence in the community.
Yeah, but first, let's go to our Mariel Carbone to break down the investigation into last night's carjacking and what D.C. police are saying about the latest crime stats all across the district. Mariel, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Tasmin and Chris, D.C. crime, it's really been thrown into the national spotlight after Congressman Henry Cuellar was carjacked here in the district. Now, it happened on New Jersey Avenue and K Street Southeast, just outside of his apartment building at around 9:30. Police say 3 suspects approached the congressman with a gun and stole his car. The Democrat from Texas spoke about it earlier today.
I looked to the left, somebody had a gun pointed at me. I looked to the right, another guy had another gun on me. The guy behind, there was a third guy behind me, behind the car. And, you know, I did a quick situation analysis. You got to keep calm, but when you got at least 2, 3 guns pointed at you, I said, here are the keys, you can take off.
And Cuellar was back at work today. Police were able to recover his car along with his iPad and cell phone. Now, so far this year, D.C. has seen a 28% increase in total crime. D.C. police crime data shows over 5,000 car thefts this year, more than double the amount during the same time last year. And both homicides and violent crimes also remain up over 30% compared to last year. And tonight, D.C. Council, it did vote to extend an emergency crime bill by another 90 days. It was set to expire in 2 weeks. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Ariel, thank you. So we'll have more on that coming up tonight at 9:30 and continuing our team coverage right now. Daniel Hamburg has been talking with grassroots organizers trying to keep kids out of trouble.
Yeah, Daniel joining us live tonight in Southeast D.C. 3 people, including a teenage boy, were shot there last night. And Daniel, bullets flew right into the restaurant by you.
Yeah, Chris, throughout the district, there are remnants of the violence. And right behind me, you can see the windows here are boarded up because bullets flew into this restaurant. I talked with the activist Joanna Hardy, and she says that more needs to be done to stop the violence. But that starts with listening to grassroots organizations like hers to keep kids out of trouble.
It just breaks my heart to hear how many families had to bury their loved ones.
Joanna Hardy, founder of Guns Down Friday, talking about the recent gun violence in D.C. She says D.C. is resource heavy, but not reaching the kids who need those resources.
When you go to the average kid that's struggling, that's suffering, that's carrying a gun, and you ask them, what program are you in? What did you do this summer? They'll say nothing.
Hardy says her method is working to keep kids off the streets through intense mentorship for those affected by gun violence and making sure kids are in after-school programs.
Sometimes it's just an Uber ride to school because they're afraid to walk to school. Sometimes it's just somebody just being there, just picking up the phone saying, you know, did you eat today? How you doing?
Kids is willing to go do stuff, though, if you do it with them.
Marcellus Queen works with her often and runs his own nonprofit.
I take high-risk kids that I know for a fact has the potential of getting into a situation or committing a crime, and I try to plug them into the most programs that make sense.
He's been shot, spent time in prison, and is trying to keep kids away from his path.
If you don't break them down to the point to see the agitating factors, then you're not going to really understand, or you're not going to be able to stop crime.
Now, Hardy says in order to stop crime, there does need to be a change in the law to hold kids accountable, but she says families need more resources too, instead of just doling out money to all different organizations that, in her mind, are not being held accountable. We're live in Southwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Those major developments on Capitol Hill tonight. The House voting to oust Speaker Kevin McCarthy, a vote that has not taken place in more than 100 years. McCarthy ignored questions from reporters as he walked from the House floor to his office following the vote. That 216 to 210 vote comes after Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz followed through on his promise to force a vote on a motion to vacate. Right now, there's no obvious successor to lead the House Republican majority. Republicans are expected to select their pick for the job next Tuesday. Until then, though, North Carolina Congressman Patrick McHenry will serve as interim speaker.
Well, Prince George's County High School football team is suspended after an altercation with the opposing team. This video here shows the moments before when a coach from that opposing team approached a player, snatched a towel from him, then nudged him. Parents are upset that only one team was suspended. The other gets to play. Our reporter Yamari Sase spoke to parents to hear their frustrations.
It made me very upset. Very upset.
Annette Smith is the grandmother of the Suwanee High School football player allegedly assaulted in this video after a game against Bladensburg High School on September 22nd. You see what appears to be the football coach from Bladensburg walk across the field, approach the Suwanee player, snatch the towel from his hand, and push him.
I can't believe a grown-up will assault a kid because he don't need to be on the field if he can't respect himself and he can't respect kids.
Parents who were there say it was chaotic after that.
Everybody from each side is trying to defuse the situation because here we see a child being attacked by this grown adult. Police are pepper spraying. It's just a disarray.
In a letter, PGCBS says they've opened up an investigation placing the Suitland Rams varsity football team on suspension until further notice.
It's my son's senior year. It's unfair to him because now this is hindering scholarship opportunities for us because he can't play and not be seen.
But the opposing team, Bladensburg High School, still gets to play.
It's unfair to our kids. It's unfair to the school. This dude was right in all fairness to these young men. Like they've put in too much work to just have their work snatched from up under them like this.
Parents are calling on the community to support an online petition to reinstate the team. And they want not only answers, but an alternative decision instead of suspending the team from playing.
You taking away football, which is probably one of the main factors that's keeping them from off the streets. The boys still need to grow. They still need to be nurtured. They still need to be understood. They still need to be protected. None of this is helping them. This is just making them angry and creating animosity.
Reporting in Prince George's County, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Meanwhile, the Washington Commanders have sold out Thursday night's home game against the Chicago Bears. It is a third straight home sellout since new ownership took over. Team also sold out their home opener against the Cardinals and the Week 3 game against the Bills.
Yes, if you're going to be in the stands for the game, Metro is offering late night service Thursday. It's part of a 5-year agreement between the transit system and the team. The two closest stations of FedEx Field are downtown Largo and Morgan Boulevard. You can check out WMATA's website to see when your last preferred train will be leaving the station.
All right, hopefully the weather's just like tonight. Let's get a first check in the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
And Janessa, we got lucky with another beautiful evening.
Yeah, you got one more in you here if you're across the metro area and all of the DMV. An abundance of sunshine really going to be taking over the region, and so it's going to be a spectacular Wednesday. I don't think you'll need a coat handy, but where is that coat? Because as we go into your late week, things there are going to dramatically change. Right now, clear skies, 73 across the suburbs of our nation's capital. Winds, they're coming out of the south, 5 miles per hour, so not super bad. Look at these temperatures right now. These are soon going to be our daytime highs going into the weekend. So let's get accustomed to the 60s, how the pattern change is going to unfold fairly rapidly here. We're divided. Here's the line here. The farther west is in the 60s, and then you have a few 70s that are floating around. Overnight lows are not going to be outrageous tonight, actually fairly on the mild side and comfortable. This high right here, I know it looks very small in nature, but it is allowing for storms to either come in or kind of really dissipate across our region right now. And so that's why you're seeing all this clearing. Here is the key player, though, as we go into this week, the end of the week, where we start to see rain chances increasing along with our temperatures going to slowly but surely start to drop. Overnight
overnight tonight, we're still into the 60s, and as you're kicking off your Wednesday, an abundance of sunshine really going to still be in place with a little bit of early morning fog. Hey, we're tracking that rain coming up, guys.